Hello fire signs, welcome to Xenodox Media. This is going to be a full moon March 2021 reading. The full moon's going to be on March 28th. It's going to be in Libra, which gives it a relationships kind of slant, whether it's romantic, friendship, co-worker, platonic, oh wait, I already said friendship, family, just all types of relationships. And I watched a couple of videos yesterday on what the full moon energies are going to look like. First, I watched Jess at Bahati Life on YouTube. She always gives like the broader astrological picture of what's going on and what the moon means and also what other placements mean. So hopefully I remember to link that in the description. She gets way more in depth than I do, but I always consult her videos to kind of figure out what the energies are looking like. And when it comes to me kind of figuring out what I need to release, it's a good help in getting guidance there. I also watched Christina Lope's video on it yesterday, and she had some pretty interesting things to say about how significant a Libra full moon is, especially with the new astrological cycle, that 2020 was a big shift in moving from mostly masculine to feminine energies. So this Libra full moon is kind of giving us the chance to kind of release that masculine control. And when I say masculine and feminine, I'm not talking about genders. I'm not really talking about anything too 3D or political. However, it does obviously have an effect on our 3D political world too. So that was just interesting, and saying like, especially if you tend to be masculine dominant, that you might be experiencing some kind of resistance to letting the feminine side take over. And I think all this stuff is really fascinating. I feel like the reason that we've had so much shift in recent years of getting rid of gender identity, being more open to gender fluid, transgender, just non-binary and everything, is because we're starting to recognize how we don't need to just be one or the other. We should be kind of a beautiful blend of both, even if you do have one dominant side. Like I do feel like I'm feminine, but at the same time I know I do have a lot of masculine energy, especially with like the thinking personality type. That's pretty common in women with a thinking personality type, that we tend to have kind of more masculine attributes, not like physically, but personality wise. To me, I mean, eventually we might see some correlation between people's energies and how they like to present physically. I think we're still sorting that out, and it'd be great if we're just open to seeing where that all lands. So those are two pretty helpful videos if you're interested more in how moon energies and astrology kind of can affect us. I'll try to remember to link that. So anyway, for these readings, I have 6 oracle decks. I have the Moonology oracle, I have the Dark Mirror oracle, which is about shadow energies. I got the Akashic Records oracle, which is kind of about like your past life, current life karma, like soul lessons you're still working out. I have the Psychic Tarot oracle, I have the Angel Dreams oracle, and I have a Healing Mantra deck. So hopefully this helps in trying to figure out what areas you still need to release or work on, or just overall guidance. So first I'm going to start with Aries, and for Aries today I have the Light Seers Tarot. I just bought this deck. I've been wanting it for a while, but I could not. I prefer to buy in stores, even if it's like Barnes and Noble, right? But I couldn't find it anywhere, at least not locally, so I finally gave it and ordered it. Wait a minute. I did it again, just like with Capricorn. I don't want to do the tarot yet first. Okay. Oracle, my bad, Aries. Don't get mad at me, Aries. Okay. So we're doing Moonology oracle first. I did that same thing with Capricorn. It's so funny. Okay, ideally I'd only want one card from each deck, but sometimes more than one falls out, or I feel called to pull more than one, so we just roll with it, okay? So do we have Moonology oracle for Aries? Whoops, not that many. Nope, not today. Or else it's just gonna be all Moonology. I feel called to pull this one. We got Mutable Moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. So let's get Dark Mirror. So this deck is really cool. Basically, it treats shadow work or shadow integration in the stages of grief, like represented that way. So, you know, depression, anger, denial, acceptance. And I feel like there's always one I miss. One stage. Is it 5 stages? I don't know. Either way, like, it's a great representation of how we tend to handle our darker side. So it's a really cool deck in that regard. All right, we got a card for Aries. This one wants to come out. 5, Gilded Regret. Okay, let's get Akashic Records here. Do we have for Aries from this deck? And maybe I mentioned it about the Akashic Records. That's also pretty fascinating. I haven't dug too deep into it, but basically, yeah, your soul lessons over all lifetimes, whether you believe in that sort of thing or not, it's still like a good dip into the subconscious, like what kind of issues you might be grappling with. And in the way that whether you believe in reincarnation or not, that this is kind of something you have to, it's like, yeah, soul issue. Wait, no, I don't want that many. Okay. Okay, so there's 2 here. We got female relationships, and then we got angels, number 2, and it's 12 for female relationships, which reduces to 3, the Empress. Okay, let's get Psychic Tarot Oracle here. So those are 2 pretty interesting cards there. The Gilded Regret, I might have to check which, it could be like a denial or depression stage, so. But basically, Gilded Regret is, you know, basically not liking how something turned out or being kind of fixated on something from the past. But instead of moving on from it, it's like you're dipping your grief in bronze and wearing it as like a trophy or something, you know. Or, yeah, your regret. So it's really about not moving on from your past mistakes or the past things that didn't go right for you. So, I mean, that kind of sounds like denial to me, but we'll see. Okay, anything from this deck for Aries? Okay, gonna go with this one. Solar plexus chakra. That's very, the seat of the divine masculine when dealing with your female relationships, because that card is about that. The female relationships card, basically, like some kind of karmic issue you have has to deal with, like prominent female relationships in your life. So you might be required to stand in your personal power, or maybe tap into your masculine side to deal with some kind of difficult female situations. This would also indicate, you know, a significant female relationship in your life is a past life relationship, and there's some karma to be sorted out there. I'm gonna pull this one. obsidian, what does it say? Grounding, shielding, void. So maybe you're dealing with some kind of difficult female relationships right now. And yeah. Oh, and the Angels card, that one says you might have worked with the angels in the past life, and that there's some kind of, how do you want to say it, rapport you've built there with the angelic realm. So if you're having a difficult situation, which angels are great to call upon for shielding and protection, actually. So you might need some angelic assistance when it comes to protecting yourself or shielding yourself, and also standing in your personal power. Let's see what we got here. For the healing mantra. It's mantra, not mantra, right? I should really just look up these words before I get on the camera and try to say them. Going with this one. Demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. Ooh, that's interesting. So that's for the oracles. Yeah. So also with this nothing is yet set in stone, that also kind of gives me regret vibes too. Like, I would say if there's a situation that there is some regret, yeah, with a little bit of introspection with this, so your shadow shows you where love is, where love needs to go. So maybe this has to deal with some kind of fight or like situation that didn't go right or not the way you expected, and maybe you feel some responsibility for it. I think this is saying with the nothing is yet set in stone is that it's not too late to, I guess, repair the relationship, even if you know, things have changed. Obviously something might have changed here with the regret. Yeah, the female relationships, it's usually not talking about positive aspects, and the darkness and the shielding and the grounding. Yeah, I think it's like if you do a little bit of self-reflection here, instead of just feeling like, oh no, this is lost, this is done, I can never feel better about this, realizing that, yeah, you can actually feel better about the situation. It's not just cut your losses and go. I mean, yes, you know, if you had a loss, try to move on, whatever. But yeah, there's always room for more introspection or just learning more. Yeah, that's a good one. There's always room to learn more from difficult situations. So don't close yourself out to that. Let's see what we got for the tarot. Yeah, and I guess really, especially with the shadow coming out here, you know, if you've done some things you regret, you've had some moments you're not, nope, you're not coming out like that. Moments you're not proud of, you know, the best thing you could do is use that. Okay, this 10 of Swords. So yeah, ending here. The best thing you could do is learn more about yourself from that situation. You know, the times that you didn't behave the best. I'm gonna get these two. Man, 5 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Wow. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this was definitely a difficult situation. I'm seeing that. Let's see what else we have. But you know, these difficult situations, sometimes that's the only way we'll really learn about ourselves. It's the only way we'll actually change things that need to be changed about ourselves. So instead of like being focused on how badly something went, maybe try to use it as a learning opportunity, right? And that's you know, that's obviously in the heat of the moment, in the middle of the battle or whatever you want to call it. That's not an easy thing to see or even want to hear. I'm just gonna stop there. Bottom of the deck is Judgment. So, whoa, yeah. This really feels like a difficult situation and having to evaluate death and rebirth. This is another ending. But rebirth is here to kind of give you the hope in changing. King of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, maybe with this King of Swords here after the death and rebirth. See how well this can be seen. With the King of Swords here after this death and rebirth, maybe this is helping you to become more fair, objective, balanced, and you know, if these kind of regrettable actions or kind of the way you handled things, because with the Seven of Swords, maybe it tells me things weren't handled in the best way. With this King of Swords here, maybe the opportunity is there for you to become a more fair, balanced, and objective person. You know, kind of own up, take accountability, even if it's just for yourself. You know, you don't have to go on an apology tour. Yeah, I think this is giving you the opportunity to be, from now on, a more balanced and fair person. You know, with this Five of Cups, I think there's been a lot of focus on your own grief in a situation. You know, a lot of times when we're going through things, we use that to justify maybe not acting in the best ways, but nothing is yet set in stone. Instead of just like regretting it, you know, maybe find a way to make amends or just become a better person. Like, what the heck, you know? You know, you're here living for yourself. You're here to learn lessons. I mean, there's no other point in incarnating here. Like, you weren't born knowing what you were going to do. You weren't born, you know, this wasn't like the Matrix and you're like a baby in a pod or something and you know what your job is, to provide energy for robots right now. So if what else are you here for if not to kind of learn and experience life? Oh, and by the way, my tea, my crown chakra tea, it says, the purpose of life is to enjoy every moment. Yeah. And then we got Ten of Wands. So you're not really enjoying your moments right now. This is definitely how you say, the brunt of ending energy. But we got Three of Pentacles here. So embodying this King of Swords energy may really change things around for you, because we get the Wheel of Fortune. Like, it's going to allow you to build more firm foundations for yourself, like in every aspect, whether, you know, for your own growth and development. And I don't just mean like spiritually or psychologically, but also in you know, your hobbies, your work, how you make money, how you get your abundance. You know, I think that's the opportunities waiting for you if you're willing to do that deep dive. And then we got, man, this sting, Six of Wands in reverse. So you're not feeling too great right now. Maybe being a little bit arrogant to make up for the fact that you feel kind of shitty inside. So what it seems like here, you need to basically release the reluctance to dive deep into your darker sides. You know, it's all about shining a light on things that need to be seen. It's about accepting yourself as a whole, loving yourself as a whole, you know, so you can go out there with that kind of King of Swords confidence. Or, I mean, he's confident because he's secure. He's not confident because he's flashy like the King of Wands. So it's a different type of confidence. Like, yeah, if you're worried about losing it in the future, so long as you kind of understand where that energy came from, and in losing it, I mean as in hurting someone again or being hurt again, it's really about awareness and just understanding. Not only when you understand your darker aspects, it's easier to see them in other people and understand how to manage them, right? But that's the most important part, though, is diving deep into yourself, finding your personal power here. And that's another 3 there. Yeah, 5, 3, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah. Either way, you're close to the end of this with Judgment being on the bottom here. This is this is definitely the learning experience before you're like, it's over, and I'm kind of happy to the world energy, right? Things are over. It's, celebration of the war, and then you look forward to your new beginning. So you're almost there. Just really don't be afraid to look deeper inside yourself. Get rid of that regret, get rid of that shame, and understand that you're just showing yourself love and compassion here. And that's really the only way you'll be able to show anyone else love and compassion, is when you do it for yourself. So yeah, hopefully that resonates for you, and good luck on that. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your What to Release This Full Moon March 2021 reading. Yeah. Okay, I've been wanting to say it like that the whole time, but I didn't, and only in front of the Leos did I feel like I could finally be like that. And that's your gift to the world, Leos. I figured you'd understand. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure I explained this in the beginning. It'd be great if I could actually remember that by the time I got to the individual readings. But I have 6 oracle decks here. This is guidance on things you might still need to release, left over from 2020. Wow, this card just stayed here. Okay. Anyway, this is Moonology Oracle. Let's see. Full moon, surrender to the divine. So I guess that's what you need to do this full moon for sure. Surrender to the divine. And then I have the Dark Mirror Oracle, which is your basically shadow work or shadow integration and the stages of grief, like how far along you are. Denial, anger, depression, acceptance. And why do I feel like there are 5 and I keep missing one every time? Either way, I figure it's a good deck to use for what to release reading. And so far it's worked pretty well with the other readings. It kind of gives a nice full picture of the issue. We got number 2, Temple of My Body. This one came out for Scorpio yesterday. And then we got the Akashic Records Oracle. I guess one day I should just explain. One of these days maybe I'll do like a past life reading, and I can read more about the Akashic Records and then explain it a bit better. But basically the Akashic Records are the records of every soul lesson. Whoa, this one had come out. Heart chakra 18 reduces to 9. Basically all the soul lessons you've learned over lifetimes. And I also think it's a good thing here because you could be dealing with some nasty karma or just deeper, bigger issues. This is Psychic Tarot Oracle. Let's see, cards for Leo. I forget what stage the Temple of My Body is too. But basically that's like not treating your body like crap over your kind of like emotional issues. You got 4 of emotions, disconnect, and boredom, which is 4 of cups. Look at that nice green here. Yeah, so let's see. Then we got the Angel Dreams Oracle. It looks like so far there needs to be a little bit of self-love for Leo. Like maybe some disappointing circumstances are causing you to be a little down on yourself. Maybe, you know, there's different ways in which we can abuse our body aside from like the obvious like drug abuse. And, you know, there's overeating, there's undereating, there's maybe like pushing yourself beyond your physical limits. You know, some people work out too much. I don't know how much that is because I don't like working out at all. So to me, that's more than 1 day a week, too much. But there's ways in which we can punish ourselves, which might appear to be healthy to the outsider based on kind of society's expectations of how our body should look. I'm going to go for this card. Come on. Oh, wait, 2. Okay. We got dancing, self-expression, movement. Then we got new waxing moon, conception, inner self, expansion. Huh. Let's see. And then let's get a healing mantra. So with the dancing, if you need to treat your body better with physical movement, maybe that's going to be a better way for you to do it. And maybe that's going to be kind of an artistic release for you as well, creative release. You know, I've been thinking, oh, there's siren. You know, let me just keep shuffling. Something's going down. Oh, I'm gonna take these 2. Ooh, nice. I love this color. Expanding inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice or legs. Then we got cultivating courage. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. Huh. Yeah. So maybe dancing is a thing for you. Like it's a creative outlet. It is a creative expression, right? It's not maybe viewed in the same way as writing music is, or I don't know. Do I even know? I'm not a musical person, to be honest. But, you know, I've really been thinking, even though I'm, like, really introverted, maybe not really. I know there's way more introverted people than me. But, you know, I haven't really missed the big crowds and stuff since things have been locked down. But I have thought, man, I almost kind of wish I could, like, get my girlfriends together and we can go to a dance club or something. And I might get tired of it 15 minutes in, but it just sounds really fun right now because I can't do it probably. Yeah. So if you, this heart chakra, discontent and boredom, temple of my body, surrender to the divine. I'm feeling like, just straight up, I'm going to say it. Dancing is going to heal you. Dancing one way or another. And you know, actually, I mentioned at the beginning that Christina Loeb's video, she talked a lot about like using dancing and moving her body as a way to connect to the divine feminine. And then with this like new waxing moon, you know, like moon dances. Wow, like if you're gonna open or into that stuff, it might be something you want to look into, Leo. It might help you. And then with the surrender to the divine, like just dance under the moon and like get moonstruck. Yeah, surrender. But yeah, expanding inner power too. Yeah, creativity. So, I mean, there is like a need to also self-expression here, creativity. Whoa. Oh, Ace of Cups. So yeah, definitely some self-love. I mean, with heart chakra here, it might be, and, you know, Four of Cups, there might be a bit of a heart chakra blockage here, though it doesn't look severe. We'll see. Wait, I haven't finished pulling tarot. I'm not getting the feeling that this is over some kind of devastating event. Hopefully not. I'm getting the feeling like maybe it's just a bit of like loneliness or, oh crap. See, I did speak too soon. I spoke too soon. Look at this. Three of Swords. They're like, oh, devastating, heartbreak. Oh. But I mean, granted, is anything else in here devastating? I don't know. Maybe there's, okay. Let's finish looking at the cards. We got Seven of Wands. Defense. And then we got King of Wands. And then we got Five of Wands. And then we got King of King of Pentacles. Wow. So I'm picking up like two people here. you know, I never know if it's actually going to be people. At the bottom is the Hangman. So maybe something happened and there's a bit of stagnation surrounding it right now, like maybe not really knowing what to do about it. Maybe there's nothing you can do about it right now, and that's what's really putting you in this Four of Cups and through Swords energy. Yeah, seems like there's a difficult situation. Maybe it's causing a little conflict, and with this imagery, just like this Medusa. Yes, look. Maybe since it's like on top of her head, that's really giving me the vibe of inner conflict. And then look, between the discs and the wands, it's either inner conflict or it's other people fighting around you. These two figures, you know, King of Wands, King of Disc. You know, if I could think of which energies might clash the most when it comes to the kings, the queens, you know, I wonder, when King of Wands, it's like King of Discs is the King of Pentacles is a very like reliable man, right? He's very grounded, very much about keeping things steady. King of Swords is very much about getting things done and being fair to everyone. So like that doesn't seem like it would cause much of a clash with the King of Discs. And then the King of Cups is about, you know, being compassionate and loving and supportive to people. So like that shouldn't give the King of Disc too much trouble because they're going to care. King of Cups will care how the King of Disc feels about a situation. King of Wands, however, is like the passionate, charismatic, like not only would he probably want to do what he wants in most situations, he's probably also good at getting others to agree with him. Like, can you imagine, like, the King of Discs is like, hey, King of Wands, I need you to take out the trash every night. And King of Wands like, well, too bad, buddy, I'm busy going on dates. And King of Discs is like, well, can you at least do it, I don't know, 4 times a week? And the King of Wands is like, I don't know, man, I can't really commit to that. And it's like, look, King of Wands, you need to do this. And then King of Wands would be like to King of Swords, like, hey, you know, why is it that King of Discs gets to make the decision about when trash gets taken out? Shouldn't he ask me first, like, what my schedule is like, or if I'd rather do something else? And then, like, King of Swords is like, oh, yeah, you know, that kind of makes sense. Maybe there should be more democratic process here, you know. You should probably let him know what your schedule is. And King of Wands like, right, off the hook, you know, because King of Wands basically probably not going to do that. And then King of Wands goes to King of Cups and it's like, hey, man, like, you know, I'm really trying to date and I need love. And, you know, I just don't know if I can do the trash right now. And the King of Cups is going to be, oh yeah, I understand, you're right. You know, you had that bad breakup a couple years ago. It's probably difficult for you to get back on. And then King of Wands like, yeah, excuse it. And King Dis is like, damn it, King of Wands. Damn it, just take out the trash. You know, anyway. Yeah, that was a very random story, but that's what came out, sorry. Ooh, okay. And then it's like with this, I'll get to these in a second. With the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, look at this. It's like you're having, with this conflict going on, it's like you're having to defend yourself from flinging wands, you know, like, no, this way. Flinging wands, like, wow, you're like, I'm not even in this fight. You know, like, look at this. She's not in the fight. But, like, she's having to prevent herself getting stabbed by wands anyway. And maybe this is starting to cause some kind of grief. This is starting to cause a little bit of grief. It's making your heart sad. I don't know. Maybe you're just a very nice person and, you know, you just want people to get along. But you're still getting sick of everything. Yeah. I mean, maybe what you need to trust. You know, once you've kind of worked out the heart chakra issues and kind of like found some way to like release your own tension, take care of yourself, feel happier in the space that you're in, maybe that's when you'll actually understand how to handle this situation. Once you kind of heal your own grief about it, give yourself a little self-love, you might be able to actually get in this battle and win it. Because cultivating courage, in any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. And then for what we got out of here is judgment. So yeah, you know, you will have a better understanding of how to handle these situations with that judgment card. Like, you'll be seeing things from a higher perspective because your heart will be open and healed. You've kind of dealt with your own things, taking care of yourself a bit, maybe a little bit less outside energy. And then we got 5 of Swords. Then you could get in that fight. Look at you, got that sword. You're like, I'm ready. Get me in this fight. Boom. Maybe you have to be the King of Swords in this situation. You know, because once that King of Swords figures out, like, the King of Wands was never gonna talk with the disc. Hey, King of Disc, did King of Wands ever get with you about, like, what kind of chores he wants to do, or, you know, what his schedule's like? And King just no, of course he didn't. You know, he just didn't want to do it. Man, that King of Swords would come back and be like, hey, King of Wands, you can't play me like that, King of Wands. Like, I know what your deal is. And then we got 10 of Swords. Yeah, and then King of Swords can stab him. No, that's that. So 10 of Swords in judgment. Okay, I think, you know, also what's also here and what you might need to release more of, and why maybe this hurts a bit more, is that you're kind of ending a difficult cycle, you know. And honestly, like, you know, I'm not trying to be too optimistic, but optimistic that we're finally getting to the end of kind of like our difficulties surrounding the, you know, I heard like we're not allowed to talk about it, but whatever. More people are getting vaccinated. Things are opening back up. So maybe we're really getting to the end of that finally. And now's the time to kind of reflect on how that might have affected you. I mean, maybe you are the type who would have loved to go out dancing and do that sort of thing, but you haven't been able to, or just do anything. Maybe you were taking dance classes before this stuff all shut down. Like, I know I was trying to get into like K-pop dancing, you know, even if I would have looked dumb. I just really wanted to do it. And like all these plans, like I literally had a K-pop dance party I was going to attend before this all went down. Like, I had a cherry blossom picnic, I had a K-pop dance party, and then boom, shuttered. So there might be getting to the end of the cycle. Maybe you're doing a bit of inventory. Maybe this is what's giving you that bit of heart chakra blockage, this discontent and boredom, because yeah, you're just really like, man, has it been this long? This is all I've been through. And taking that inventory is definitely judgment energy. And with this surrender to the divine, and so one thing people said when this was all going down, especially spiritual community, I kind of, my awakening before this all went down, and it's probably the only reason I got through it, to be honest. But a lot more people were awakened because you had no choice but to like sit with yourself and figure out your shit. So there might be people now that things are kind of getting back to normal who just want to go back to whatever, I don't want to be judgmental, but maybe not the most fulfilling existence. How about that? Maybe not, they've gained all this knowledge, this insight, and now that things are going back, they just kind of want to go back to drowning out their problems with the other stuff. So I think this is also telling you, you've really learned a lot through this kind of cycle, and don't forget those lessons. You probably still have some good things, some more to learn, some good things to teach others, and some valuable experience that you've gained, either spiritually, mental health wise, just everything. So yeah, don't forget about that, right? You're still here to be a soul learning a lesson or even teaching others lessons. So I think that's what that's really hinting at. So basically release any blockages to kind of taking care of yourself, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Just let go of any blockages to that. If there's some conflict around you, just see how you can use what you've learned to sort that out, yeah, because like it says, you probably gained so much that you don't even realize from what you've been through, and now's the time to put it into practice. Don't just like lock it away for the next pandemic, because we don't even want another one, okay? Like, not even a tiny one, like, no. Just don't forget what you've learned, what you've experienced, and hopefully you can use it to help you in the future. But that's what I have, Leo. I hope this resonated for you. Take care. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your full moon March 2021 What to Release reading. So I have 6 oracle decks here, and today I'm using the Muse tarot for you with Linestrider as a clarifier. So my chart is like dominated by Sagittarius. I think it's like my dominant sign, even though I'm still mostly earth energy with the Virgo and Taurus rising. I don't know if I'm like an honorary Sagittarius or not. I don't know. I honestly don't know too many Sagittariuses, so I can't really think of what they're actually like. Everyone always says like they're like very adventurous and philosophical, and I don't know. Maybe I need to meet more Sagittariuses so I can understand. I mean, maybe there is some traits I'm not seeing. Anyway, so I'm starting with the Moonology Oracle. And we'll see. Do we have anything for Sagittarius? So this is kind of, using the full moon energy to help release any kind of difficult things. This is just guidance on what you could focus on. There you go. Ooh, nice. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. Very nice. So we're almost to a gibbous moon, so that's really cool. Maybe your goal will be achieved at the full moon. What? Then we got the Dark Mirror Oracle. So this is about shadow work or shadow integration, and it's like with the stages of grief, like on how you're progressing through your shadow work. So I think it's like good insight on what to release. So maybe there's some shadow aspects to work out. What do we have? Sagittarius. Ugh. That was like almost 6 cards. No way. Come on. It's like too much to release for Sagittarius. Or nothing at all. I'm going to take this. 32, today for tomorrow. This is an acceptance card. Oh, that's kind of nice insight next to that. Achieving your goal. Now is the Akashic Records Oracle. The Akashic Records hold all your soul lessons, experiences from all lifetimes. So this is good to see if there's like kind of any past life or karmic issues that you're dealing with or need to release. Whoa. Let's see. We have Sagittarius. Here we go. 29, protection. Then Psychic Tarot Oracle. Did I just flip one upside down? Should I just take it? Rejoice in celebration. 3 of emotions. I'm still gonna see if anything else comes out though, since that one just stuck out. Okay, there we go. And then balance, 11. This is like justice too. Wow, this is looking pretty cool so far, Sagittarius. Now let's get dream, angel dream oracle. This one, Lady's Mantle, Mother, Healing, Alchemy. That one's come out for a couple of people. It's this one. This one too! Unicorn, Innocence, Trust, Honesty. That's interesting. Why do those 2 cards really want to come out lately? Like, at least for one, I think it was Cancer. It was like representing maybe like a mother, wife figure, and also like a child figure. I don't know if Sagittarius has the same instance, or this is like really representing you. Because I'm seeing like, so far, you know, we'll see when the tarot comes out, because kind of said that for Leo. This doesn't seem like anything devastating. And then I pulled the tarot and it was like 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Okay, never mind then. So yeah, we'll see more what this has to deal with. This is Healing Mantra. Wow. Oh no, Sagittarius. That's inviting ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. Seems like some really good stuff is about to happen for Sagittarius. Oh man. Yeah, sounds like things are going great in Sagittarius land. Let me go ahead and pull the tarot so I make sure I'm not a liar. Things are going great. Why do you have all the swords? Tower, devil. I love this deck too. So happy I got it. And it's not like I really need more tarot decks, but I've already seen more that I actually want to get. Like, I love kind of some of the more abstract imagery, especially if it features like different types of people, POCs, different shapes, different sizes, maybe a little androgynous, that stuff's really cool to me. Let's see, what does the tarot have for Sagittarius? Okay. Anything else? Okay. I mean, I kind of, this is a release reading, so I mean, if there wasn't like negative things to release, yeah, okay. Let's see what we got so far. Yeah, we got 5 of emotions, which is like 5 of cups. That's pretty cool. She's like in the ice and there's a tear and she's holding a moon. Yeah. Are those ships too? Are those ships sailing on her tears? Wow. And then we have the moon, and this is a really cool moon card. I like that color. It kind of matches my shirt. And then we have 4 voices. Looks like a bit of self-care there, right? Healing, self-care. Let's see what else we have. So far it seems like you're in the process of healing, Sagittarius. You're in the process of healing. Getting over some grief. A little dark night of the soul, maybe. A little. Wait, oh man. 2 cards almost came out. I should have grabbed them. Is it these 2? Yeah, let's see. Knight of Emotions. Then we have 10 of Emotions. Wow. Wait, do we have any more? Let's see. What is this? Ace of Voices. Nice rainbows. And the bottom of the deck is 8 of Materials. Nice. Wow, so I'm seeing the story now. So it looks like to me, Sagittarius, you might have went through something very difficult. It's pretty much over and you're just healing from it. Yeah. With this, it seems like your goal with this 4 voices, the moon, then we got the mother healing alchemy here with the lady's mantle. And I like how the Ace of Voices, Ace of Swords is under innocence, trust, and honesty. So it looks like, yeah, you had some past grief, and this grief seems mostly in the past. It seems mostly in the past, especially with this balance here. And the goal that you're very close to achieving is full healing, like 4 voices, 4 swords. Now is the time to actually open up and get out there and try to be happy with this Knight of Emotions. Like, it's time to invite love in. And with this protection here, I think it's telling you not only do you need to keep protecting yourself, shielding yourself, setting your proper boundaries, but that you are protected, so you don't really have to worry too much. And with this today for tomorrow, so this is kind of about when it comes to kind of like difficult situations, kind of losing your sense of time, which you tend to do when you're kind of in the dark night of the soul, the kind of healing cocoon. you do kind of tend to lose your sense of time and like what you're doing for today. You know, how's it going to help you tomorrow? Yeah, because what is it? Let me read this to you because I think it's kind of important to illustrate this, and I don't really have the words for it. Let's see. Okay, I'm in like the Italian section. So it's acceptance, full moon. Hope is in the present. It's the brick we use to build a future on. It might, or I want it some, I want it later, gently. It may seem like a trade-off to sacrifice the present in order to secure a better future. That's what ants do. Or to sacrifice the future to enjoy a better present. Cicadas do this. Either choice holds a bitter taste. It's like watching a child play. Shouldn't she study? And if she were studying, wouldn't she regret not playing more? Wow. So I kind of see this. There's like this pull between you to keep doing your healing work. You're being in your healing cocoon, like staying in a balanced place, and then want to get out there and just experience life, have fun, rejoice in celebration, and not be so concerned about what you're doing. Like, it's okay to go out with your friends instead of like meditating. Okay, it's okay to have that glass of wine instead of some tea, right? It's about the balance. It's about integrating what you've been doing, what you've learned throughout this process, and just finding what fits for you. Like, how can you kind of get back to a normal-ish life while still kind of taking care of yourself, like this four voices. And just realize that it doesn't always have to be that full-on dark night of the soul. You're locking yourself away. You can't talk to anybody. You're nose deep in like books and, you know, watching all the YouTube videos. You can do a bit of both. Like, learn how to do spiritual maintenance. How's that? You've done the spiritual renovation. Now just learn how to maintain it. And do it within your routine, within your lifestyle. Like, you know, for me, I've been studying all this spiritual stuff, but as an INTP, I'm always going to be looking for what works for me and how it fits into what I want to do. And like, I've been doing that. And actually, Rob at Rob's Tarot, he gave me a personal reading, and he called it the scaffolding. And in this kind of spiritual growth, as you're like rebuilding after your shitty tower was knocked down, it's time to build like a tower on good foundation. And you would talking with the scaffolding, with the renovation, like once I was done with something, I really got done with it. Like, I got new scaffolding, and I'm just kind of taking what works for me. And you need to do the same thing. Maybe meditation was hard for you. Like, I gotta spend like an hour a day doing this, or, you know, keeping up with YouTube videos is like when you'd rather be watching Netflix. Like, there's a balance of both. Like, once you find yourself, you understand the signs of when you're kind of slipping. Just trust that you understand that about yourself. And if you need to do some check-ins, you need to do some meditation, just go back to it. Don't believe it's a waste of time. We got a 10 of Wands. Don't feel it's a burden. You know, don't burden yourself with this idea that you always have to stay in this like woo-woo state of, you know, we got 5 of Wands. Inner conflict. Yeah. Don't feel like you always have to be in this constant state of spiritual, I don't know, like a spiritual larva. At some point you become a butterfly, and you don't really have to be in that state anymore. And then we got 6 of Wands. So, you know, with the rejoice and celebration and this, be happy for how far you've come. Like, it is the time to kind of get out there and enjoy being a more balanced person, enjoy being a happier person, enjoy being a person that can truly be there and present for their friends and family. Like that's a huge gift. It's a huge gift. And no one's going to realize that this path and this healing has actually worked for you if you're just like either sitting at home away from everyone, or all you're doing is like posting memes about love and light on Facebook. No offense if you do that, but yeah. And then we got Page of Cups here, 9 of Cups, and then Temperance, which is like reinforcing that balance, that moderation. You know, just really figure out what that means for you now. With like 9 of Cups, Page of Cups, I think it's time to bring some love into your life. You know, inviting ecstasy. So woo-woo. Yeah. Not woo-woo like that. Like woo-hoo. You know. It's time to open up again and kind of maybe put yourself out there a bit. Got 10 of Emotions, which is 10 of Cups. Knight of Emotions, 9 of Cups, Page of Cups. And actually, that's like interesting progression here. I guess you can't really see it here. I'm just gonna put it up here. So look at this. Like, this is maybe what you're dealing with right now. Page of Cups, 9 of Cups. So, you know, the initial stages might start out very small, you know, very small gestures, but it's still going to be what you were asking for, what will fulfill you. And eventually it will grow into something more. Like Knight of Emotions is very like romantic, but you know, reliable type offer, which can lead to your 10 of Emotions. What is this? Oh, these are ladies. It's like, are they flamingos or ladies? They're ladies. Very beautiful colors. So yeah, just really look out for that progression. If you're a little bit too afraid to like get right back into something, start small steps. Either way, they're going to lead to your happiness. Just, you know, trust that you've done the work, you know what to do from now on, and you know, go from there. You don't have to have this all or nothing, today has to be sacrificed, tomorrow has to be sacrificed for today type mentality. Temperance, balance, you know, justice. You don't worry. And with the Ace of Voices, you know, see the truth of things. Like, it's not burden. 5 of Wands, inner conflict. 10 of Wands, burden. See through the truth of that. Like, really look deep inside and understand why maybe something is feeling like conflict, why it feels like a burden. It might not necessarily be the truth of the situation. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Yeah, get out. Man, you're doing good, Sagittarius. You're doing good. I'm proud to be an honorary Sagittarius right now, because this is really good energy. You just need to release, you need to release that. See the truth. Understand that you've come a long way, you've done the work, you've earned this, right? Just release this idea that's got to be all or nothing. Find your ideal middle ground. So hopefully that resonated for you. Take care of this full moon, because I'm seeing all these, like, this is a full moon, this is gibbous moon, it's almost there, there's a moon here. Seems like this is like a really big milestone turning point for you. So yeah, good luck.